Hello. Okay. Just getting started here. So, if you're just joining and you have no idea what the description was talking about, long story short, I've accepted a job position in Dubai, so it's going to require me to be there for 7 months, and it's a job playing music at a festival, which is really nice. So I'm actually going to be scooting out of the country this weekend. So I figured I would do a stream, and I asked on Instagram, I did like a poll or something and asked who would be interested in one more stream before I scoot, because this may be the last time in 7 months that I might be able to do this. I apologize for the state of my game room in here. I think there's a box of some oats and honey little grain bars that I didn't see there that I'll be taking with me to the airport, and a bunch of other various things that are all over the place in here. I've got my sunscreen over there in the window, as well as my Tonewood amp that's hidden behind the harp guitar over there. And the suitcase right over here. So I'll go ahead and play a couple of tunes to get us started. Thank you guys so very much for joining me. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and... This is a song by Michael Hedges. It's called Ragamuffin. Ragamuffin by Michael Hedges. Hey there, Mr. Tony Barnard, joining us on Facebook. Thank you so much for your kind words. Oz. You're watching from Oz, O-Z. So, that's Australia, right? Oz. I can only guess that it's an educated guess. Might even put some money on it that you're watching from Australia. There's the nasty one right there, a little flat. A little sharp. Thank you for joining me, my friend. I miss you guys very much. It's hard to tell with the text and the extra camera on screen, but the harp guitar is over there. It's right over there. Actually, I'm going to scoot over just a tad. As I do, I'm seeing all the nastiness that's behind me. Oh, come on. Ugh. There we go. Now you can see her a little bit better. I'm just using the excuse that I'm packing and getting things ready to leave. That's why my office game room area is so disgusting right now. Yeah, the new Spider-Man trailer came out, and talking about the state of my area that I'm in right now. In the first Spider-Man movie, Norman Osborn walks into Peter Parker's room and there's just stuff all over the floor, all over the place, and he said he's a bit of a slob, isn't he? And Aunt May, always with the wonderful insight, she said, all brilliant men are, and that's always stuck with me. So, am I a brilliant man? Maybe not, but I'm sticking with that philosophy that all brilliant men's living spaces, rooms, what have you, have stuff everywhere. Because I know where everything is in this room, despite the fact that it's all over the place. Well, actually, I mean, it's not usually this bad, to be honest, but I know where everything is, to an extent. I think I'll take this opportunity to start playing something that is not finished. Played it on stream before, but it still isn't finished, but I'll give it a whack since I'm already in that tuning. Of course, it's untitled at this point, but I hope you enjoy it regardless. Thank you guys so much for joining. Augustus, watching from New Zealand. Cool. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What you guys up to tonight? Tony Barnard in Australia and Augustus McKenzie from New Zealand. Well, I guess it might not be evening in your area. Thank you very much for tuning in, everybody. Watching from New Zealand, and it's midday tomorrow, so you're in the future in New Zealand. I'm about to be in the future in Dubai, so I guess it's just weird, you know, it's weird to think about that it's 9 hours ahead from where I am right now. Hey there, Spencer. He says, hey man, I love your work. Cool to catch a stream. Well, cool to see you on the stream, man. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate that. Have you ever entertained the idea of writing an original soundtrack for an indie video game? I really wish I could, man. I've had a couple of friends that are into that kind of thing. And into that kind of thing, meaning that they make indie games like that, because indie games, that's such a wide topic, but at the same time, it's like, it doesn't seem that difficult to be making the indie games, because graphically they're not like the most intense thing. If you've seen these indie games like on the Nintendo Switch and stuff like that, they're all really 8 or 16-bit stylized with their art style and everything. Not that I need to be talking about how easy or difficult it is, because I've never done that sort of thing, but to answer your question, I would love to have an opportunity to do that, but it's just one of those things where I need to find somebody that is looking for music, I suppose. I mean, I could put some music out there, but a lot of the original stuff and a lot of, you know, other people's stuff that I end up covering or just writing and playing myself is heavily inspired by that kind of music. So, Mr. Tim Hall, sounding great. Thank you so much, my friend. So, to everybody watching, Tim Hall is actually a really important figure in my lifetime. So, Mr. Tim Hall was one of my high school teachers in 9th grade. Really impressed upon me that he was very impressed with my guitar skills at that time, and continued to encourage me to follow the dreams and keep playing. And every time I talk to him, he just tells me that he's so proud of me, and it means a lot. And he's been like an uncle father figure situation in my life, and he's a great guy, and he's still following me around telling me that I'm sounding great. So thank you, Mr. Hall, for everything that you've done, for everything that you continue to do to inspire the kids at Bryan High School. Mr. Adam Werner. Hey, brother. Just dropping in to wish you the very best on your travels and health in music. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate that. I miss you guys. It's been a long time since I've been out to California, and I hope you're doing well, my friend. I see your daughter's still surfing, I see. And like winning awards and stuff. Always wanted to learn how to surf, but don't live near water that has waves. And I'm probably not coordinated enough. So anyway, let's see. Let's see if we can play some more music here. I just want to give a throwback to, and a shout out to Don Alder. Don Alder is a great, fantastic composer and fingerstyle guitar player. And he really inspired me with one of his tunes called Over the Top, because part of it is played over the top of the neck. It's a really clever tune, really great melodies and everything, and it really inspired me. And I'm going to kind of half my way through this, because I remember little bits and pieces of it, but I'm in that tuning, and these strings are really old, and I'm not really wanting to change them, being about to, you know, get on a flight and all that good stuff. But I'll play a little bit of it. It's called Over the Top from Don Alder. I'll fake my way through the rest of it if I can. Don Alder. Great song by Don Alder called Over the Top. Alright. Got 14 of you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be realistic. You're probably all gentlemen. All guitar nerds. All 14 of you. So, here we go. Still in the DADGAD tuning. Will I change? Actually, you know what? Since I did get my fingernails on, speaking of manly stuff, I will slap this on here. Capo on the 2nd fret. Do a little light tuning before we get started here. Get out of the D's. Get into the E's. There. Alright, this is a happy-ish sort of tune here in DADGAD. And I think I'm almost ready to record it. Probably need to do a little bit of work on the bridge before I actually sit down in front of a microphone and really record it in a studio type setting. But I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to call it. This is called Downtown. Alrighty. That was called Downtown. So now I'd like to move the capo up 2 more frets. And play a sadder-ish song. Not sure what I want to call this one. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think, all 14 of you just lingering over there, watching in the background. This is a song that's in DADGAD tuning. There's There's lots of really pretty chords in this tuning. So I'm trying to exploit that with a very simple melody and just drive it into the ground. I'm not sure what I wanted to call this one yet, but let's see. Oscar Mendez from Colombia. Mr. Augustus, you want me to name that song after you, huh? Well, you do have a rather nice name. That's a fun little thing to do in Dadgad if you can actually, not screw it up. Let's see if I can do that one more time. Messed it up a little bit. I can't even imagine doing it backwards. Let's get rid of the capo for a second here. I'm all sorts of attitude, but I'll fix it. Yeah, I'll fix it right up. So Oscar Augustus. See some other people just lingering around, just kind of waiting in the shadows there. What's everybody up to on this Wednesday evening? It is Wednesday, isn't it? Mr. Songbird, good luck on your travels to Dubai. Can you play plasma rifle? I reckon I can. Possibly. We'll have to see if the string is going to break or not, because these strings are very old. But I will make the journey into that tuning for you, my friend. Thank you for your request. I appreciate it. Oh, Lord Jesus. Almost there. Now, potentially the dangerous string is going to need to be tuned down. Now, this is the G string, of course, going all the way down to F. But I found if you do it like a wuss, and ooh, did you hear that? And, ooh, my God, just barely turn it. Just barely turn it 1 little inch at a time. It'll get there without breaking. Please. There's nothing worse to a guitar player than a string breaking, because it scares the ever-loving out of you. And then there's that depression that immediately follows of, I gotta change my strings now. And I absolutely dread changing strings. But as a result, being a fingerstyle guitar player that goes through a lot of different tunings, like we were just in Dadgad, and now I'm all the way down to this C minor-ish tuning here. You go through strings fast. Well, my thing with occasionally when touring used to be a thing, I've been to China a couple of times, and I think the first tour we played for 15 days, and so we played 15 days in a row, and I'd have to change them like, every second show, because I would sweat so much. It was really hot back then when we went, and I would break them because I'd go through so many different tunings. Hey there, Keith. How are you guys doing? It's been a long time since I've seen you guys. I think the last time I saw you guys, we were at that the coffee shop off of Colonel Glenn, I believe. Yeah, if I break the string, I'll have to switch to the harp guitar, and I don't have a lot of songs prepared for that, but we'll do that eventually anyway. Okay, you want aerial boundaries. Ooh. So I can do aerial boundaries, but I can fake my way through it. Say, when we're in person and you request that song, I say, yes, of course, no problem, but to other guitar players that may be watching, they're gonna know most likely that I'm gonna fake my way through it. It's a really difficult song, and I've got the book. The book is actually up here, the Michael Hedges book, and I just haven't learned it all the way yet. D'Addario XT strings. I haven't tried them, but I've heard that they're really good. Actually, I take that back. No, I had a buddy that worked for D'Addario, and he hooked me up with a couple of sets to try them out, and they were pretty nice. I did like them very much. However, I've been playing Ernie Ball strings since like 2014, and I must say that I feel the Ernie Ball strings are the superior strings to D'Addario's. But that's just, I don't know, the D'Addario's to me, like it feels like I'm not sure about the XT strings, because those have the coating on them, don't they? They probably last a little bit longer, but just the D'Addarios by themselves, I feel like they go dead. At least for me, personally. They go dead a little bit quicker than Ernie Balls do. But I'm sure those XT strings, because they're coated, if they're the strings that I'm thinking about, I'm pretty sure that they're going to last a lot longer. Anyway, you requested a song, didn't you? So this is Plasma Rifle. It's on my 2016 album called Launch. It's hard to believe that this was in 2016. That was a long time ago, very long time ago. I'm overdue to do a new album, but you know, things get in the way, pandemics and such, and life and all that stuff. But I hope to record an album, if not next year, but then definitely 2023. Do I have a baritone guitar? Yes, I do. It's actually over here in this case right there, that black case. The strings are extremely dead on that. It's I'm pretty sure it's one of the first baritone guitars that Mason Guitars made. I actually bugged the crap out of them and convinced them to make not only a baritone guitar, but a 12-string as well. So I had them do that, and it's a very, very nice baritone guitar. And if you can find one, they are by far the most bang for your buck as far as baritone guitars, because you can pay to have them hand built, and I know they're not very common. Another company that I can't seem to think of right now makes them, a more popular company, and I think it's like a $300 or $400, maybe $500 guitar. The Mason is just a little bit more than that, but it comes with a hard shell case. It's a solid top and laminated Indian rosewood back and sides, and it sounds killer, man. It's a cannon, and it really does sound great, and it plays great too. It's got the 27-inch scale length, all that stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna play this tune now. This is Plasma Rifle. was Plasma Rifle, written by myself. Alvarez, that's right. That's the baritone guitar that I was talking about. Yeah, I've played a couple of those before in the last couple of years, and they are pretty nice. I think the Alvarez is probably one of the most affordable, cheapest baritone guitars you can buy. And I have to say that the Mason, although it is a little bit more expensive, but the quality is definitely there for the money that you're spending. Yeah. So, play Through the Fire and the Flames. I'm afraid I can't do that. It's not in my roster. I hate to let you down, but I sure don't know that song. If I knew it, I'd play it for you, my friend. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Definitely a great tune. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. Okay. Alrighty. I think what I'm going to do now is actually switch over to the harp guitar for a second. Mostly because I had to tune that G string down, and I know that if I tune it back up, I might not make it all the way. So for those of you that might not have any idea of what I'm holding here, this is actually called a harp guitar. I've had to explain what this is more times than I've actually had to play it. Especially living here in Arkansas, in the central part of the country, in the southern central part, I should say. You wouldn't believe how many people will literally walk up to you in the middle of a performance and say, "Hey man, what is that? What is that thing? Is that like a guitar and a bass at the same time?" And then I just say, "Yeah, it is." So literally, that's pretty much what it is. If we're looking at it literally, I mean, it's probably hard to see on stream, but it's just a regular old guitar. But you've got your sub bass notes that are floating here, and you can pretty much, depending on where you want to go with it, you can tune these to pretty much anything that you want to. Some things are a little bit harder to get to because of the tension that you've got on this giant thing here, but as a result, a lot of people try to do a bunch of alter tunings with this and everything, and I just try to keep it in standard tuning and just let the sub bass strings kind of do the work, because a lot of people will end up playing this, and they'll play the things that they are used to on a guitar, like, and slowly but surely start adding those sub bass strings in. And I really try to write with the sub bass strings in mind, to where it's not just, an extra bass note and just a bass player back here, one like that. It's a super beautiful instrument. There's so many possibilities with it harmonically. Like, that's just, as soon as I heard that on YouTube, Stephen Bennett has a couple of different songs where he uses this chord, where it's just the 12th fret harmonics with a C note in the bass. That is just like, wow, that's such a huge sound. And rightfully so, because I think on the guitar you have 3 octaves to play with, and on the harp guitar you've upgraded to 5, because I'm pretty sure this E is the lowest E equal to the lowest E on your piano. So you can do stuff like stuff like that. Let's see, what tuning am I in here? I'll play a little arrangement of an Eagles tune. This is one of their tunes that kind of stands out from the rest of them. This is it's the title track of the album, One of These Nights. It's really disco-y type feel. Alrighty. Diagonal right hand placement. Is that because of the build, or is that part of my style? A lot of people keep their hands straight-ish. Well, I don't know. I will tell you that this particular harp guitar is a very strange body style. It's almost dreadnoughtish in a way. I think what happened was this was supposed to be closer to an OM body style, and they actually just didn't get the sides pushed in quite enough, so it became sort of a dreadnoughty style, which is totally fine with me. You'll never hear me complain about this guitar. I mean, I'm consider myself extremely lucky to own it. I've had it since 2015, and it's not going anywhere. I mean, I've collected all of these signatures myself, and I've had a couple of people offer to buy it from me, and I was just like, no, not a chance. harp guitar, it's not a very common thing, and I think it's nice that I've been to a lot of places around the U.S. To get these signatures from all these. These are all harp guitar players, by the way. I'm sorry, I'm completely going in an opposite direction of your question. The right hand diagonal placement. You mean just like this? Because if that's really how I kind of play up. If we're just talking regular guitar, like 6-string guitar for a second, a lot of people do this thing where they bridge their pinky here and they play like this. I never could understand. I mean, I've got long fingers and everything, so it would work, but I never really liked that. It just felt odd to me. So as a result, I would often, especially for these Leo Kottke style patterns, like for stuff like that, I would bridge the palm of my hand on the top of the guitar. I can't really do it with the harp guitar because the strings are in the way, but you get it. So my guitar teacher wanted me to adopt the classical position. It doesn't really work though for me, at least for the harp guitar stuff. It just, for the Leo Kottke style of sound, which is what I was really going for, that kind of style, it's really hard to do without bridging that palm, because there's so much attack in it, right? And it's that staccato-y type, really attack in combination with that left hand muting that gets that signature Kottke sound. And I couldn't ever get it with the classical position. So to answer your question, the way that I play with my right hand is that instead of doing this, bridging the pinky, and instead of doing the classical position, and instead of doing the bridging the palm, I kind of combine the last two. So it's the classical type position, but occasionally I will bridge my palm, so it's kind of at that angle of attack. I'm going to buy this weekend. I'm actually leaving this weekend, and I won't be back until April of 2022. There's a whole story about it on my Facebook page, the Travis Bowman Music page on Facebook, if you want to read up into that. But let's see, I'm going to play one more, and then I'm going to scoot you guys. So you can see the room is a complete mess, and I need to start packing stuff. My suitcase is over here. You can't see it because the chat's in the way. But I'm just, doing your normal getting ready to get on a flight type stuff. I still got a couple of days before I go, but I just wanted to jump on and do one last stream from home. I'm not 100% sure if I'll be able to stream in Dubai, but I will have an internet connection, and I'll have my own apartment type situation and everything. I'm bringing all the equipment with me. I'm bringing the Zoom microphone and this camera and that camera. So if I am able to do it, regardless, I'm bringing all the equipment with me, and I just might be able to do it because I really want to start working on my social media stuff and getting out there. And I really enjoy streaming, and it's a lot of fun to stream, and it's nice to be able to do it on multiple different platforms at the same time. I'm going to be working on some more YouTube videos out there as well. Hey there, Jesse. Thanks for joining, man. Thanks for your kind words. I will do my best. So anywho, I'm going to play one last tune here. This is a tune that I wrote for the harp guitar, and it's at the time when I wrote this, I must have been in my early 20s. I'm almost 30 now, which is crazy. But I was really inspired by a lot of the other fingerstyle guitar players like Antoine Dufour, Don Ross, and Andy McKee and all those guys. And it seemed like, especially Andy McKee, it seemed like they all had some sort of song that was dealing with water in a way, to some extent. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe it's just that Andy McKee song, Into the Ocean. But I wanted to write a harp guitar song that was like a water type theme. Because it's just so dreamy, you know, it's so water-like, you know, underwater, deep, mysterious sort of thing, feeling. And I wanted to compose a fingerstyle song that was around that theme. So Andy McKee had Into the Ocean, which was like... You know, just super oceany like. So I wanted to do the same thing, but instead of taking the, you know, the pretty approach, I wanted to do an underwater battle song. And it kind of came out as a sort of country twang, because I'm using this E major chord for this song. But anyway, this is on my first or my 2016 album called Launch, and this is called Depth Charge. Make sure I've got all my... Yeah, I need to tune that one down. It's about to... I can't tell you how many times I've explained like an intro to a harp guitar song like that. Like, well, this is what this song is, and it's inspired by this and this and that, and here, I hope you enjoy it. Get real serious and jump into it, and like one of the sub bass strings is tuned completely wrong, so I have to stop and retune. I think we're all good. This is called Depth Charge. This is going to be my last tune for this evening and possibly until 2022. But like I said, I'm going to bring all my stuff with me to Dubai, and if I can stream there, then I definitely will. This is a lot of fun to stream and chat with you guys. So thank you guys so much for joining. I'm going to play this one last tune, and then I'm going to scoot on out of here. But you guys have a great rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe, and I'll see you guys around. Alrighty. Where's Depth Charge? First time hearing this tune, it sounds lovely. I'll look up the studio version. Thank you very much, Mr. Gregory. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You can find it, that 2016 album launch, pretty much anywhere where you can find music these days. It's all over the place, all different platforms. But I know it's on Spotify. I'm pretty sure it's on Apple Music. Wherever you get your music, it's on Pandora as well, I think. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. Mr. Geensy Geents. It's so nice to see you, Mr. Geents. Mr. Geents from Latvia, my good friend Geents. Thank you, Jesse. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. But I'm going to have to cut this short. Because I need to start getting some other things ready for my trip. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I asked on Instagram if in a poll if anybody would like to hang out for one last live stream before I skedaddle off to Dubai, and 100% of the people that answered the poll said yes. So I said, all right then, I'd be super glad to jump into another live stream before I go. And like I said before, I'm going to do my best to stream when I'm over there, but I may or may not be able to. Just one of those situations where I don't know yet. But I will have at least a little bit of free time to do some guitar-related things in my free time in my apartment space there. So I'm going to have to cut it short, mostly because I had a full bottle of water when I started this stream, and I've been steadily sucking it down, and it's almost gone. So I'm going to go take care of some business and take care of all this business in here and get ready for my trip. But once again, guys, it's been fantastic hanging out with you. Thanks for your kind words. I really appreciate it. So I announced this live stream over Instagram, so you can find me there on Instagram or Facebook, or right here on YouTube. All of those things, if you just search for Travis Bowman Music, you'll be able to find me super easily. So I'm moving off to Dubai. I won't be back until April 2022, but I'll continue with the content on YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff as I can. But don't be a stranger. Feel free to drop me a line when I'm in Dubai, and I'll get back to you and all that good stuff. So thanks everybody once again for hanging out, and I will see you either in 2022 or possibly sooner than that. So have a good one. Be safe, be good, and I'll catch you around.